Season 2 of Supernatural is its most perfect season. While it's not my favorite season, that is yet to come, it's the most well done and most complete. So let's explore this. Why is Season 2 of Supernatural so good? Season 2 only works because of Season 1. In Season 1, we get access to these two new characters that we begin to fall in love with. We love Dean's witty and cynical nature, and Jensen Ackles simply oozes charisma, which helps tie this character together beautifully. Then there's grief-stricken Sam, the nerd, the optimistic rebel. We love him because we feel for him, and the agony that he has to endure. Having his childhood, and now adulthood, ripped away from him. We also come to love Sam's kinder, softer spirit, which is great when juxtaposed with Dean's more cynical, shoot first, ask questions later. Season 1 tells a simple story about these two lovable characters as they aim to get revenge against the monster that has been haunting their lives. Season 2 raises the stakes of the show significantly. I mean, Dean is dead in episode 1. Season 2 sets up its emotional anchor in a crazy way. John Winchester, who was so consumed by revenge that he ruined his own life and the lives of his children, makes a deal with his arch nemesis so that Dean can be revived. John is a secondary protagonist throughout Season 1, so we tend to push him aside. And I feel like this often makes John's choice very underappreciated by the fanbase. The beast that took everything from John, his wife, his life, his happiness, his sanity, now killed his son. And the only thing John can do is give this monster his own soul. It's an incredibly emotional moment. It's a moment that shows, despite John's obsession with killing Azazel, the only thing he is more obsessed with is his two boys. And it's this emotional anchor that Supernatural truly becomes unapologetic with its ability to break the heart of the audience in a way that makes for some incredible drama. Season 2 grows the plot by raising the stakes. Azazel is no longer some evil monster that killed Mommy and Jessica. There is a full-blown demon conspiracy that is far more ambitious and calculated. In Season 2 of Supernatural, the show graduates from a brotherly, endearing roadshow to a true fantasy horror. It's in this graduation that the show also gives us so much more to care about. Although Season 2 does not introduce Bobby Singer as a character, his role does become greatly expanded as he becomes a sort of lore master for Sam and Dean. The Roadhouse also becomes a home base, with the addition of friends Ellen, Joe, and Ash as they aid the boys in stopping this near-apocalyptic horror. Season 2 also keeps the show fresh with two new subplots, the addition of Agent Hendrickson and Gordon Walker. The Walker subplot adds an interesting thematic question for the show. What does it mean to be evil? Are we evil because of what we do, or are we evil because of who we are? This subplot is incredibly Sam-focused, and it's really well done as it ties in this idea to John's final words to Dean, being, if you can't save him, you'll have to kill him, which hint that Sam's supernatural gifts are more suspect in nature. While Henriksen's plot is not nearly as emotional and doesn't add a philosophical question, it does add a fantastic level of intensity to the show, as the brothers are now wanted by the FBI for what the shapeshifter did to Dean back in St. Louis. This subplot is great because it ties in Season 1 with Season 2 beautifully. Although Supernatural Season 2 is far more plot-focused, the show doesn't shy away from having some incredible Monster of the Week episodes, with some noticeable highlights in Episode 4, which shows Dean's survival guilt regarding his father, Episode 13, which wrestles the ideas of faith, hope, and religion. Episode 15 introduces Supernatural's best side character, the Trickster. Episode 17 adds a werewolf that Sam starts to fall in love with, but ultimately has to kill because of who she is. Lastly, episode 20, an episode that's so good that I think it deserves its own breakdown and in my opinion is the best episode of the show. It shows what life would have been like if Mary Winchester was never killed. With the growing plot of Season 2, it also adds a lot of lore to the show. We are introduced to hellhounds, demon deals, and the reveal that Sam's supernatural gifts are actually the product of demon blood. Season 2 does a ton for character development. Our protagonists also face incredible existential threats that challenge who they are as individuals. Dean, the loyal son and soldier, loses his father. Dean now has to face the world without a leading, guiding figure. This challenges Dean's whole point of view and existence damn near to the point of nihilism. We see Dean constantly struggle with his feelings that his life is worthless and that he does not deserve to live, ultimately culminating with Dean's choice to make a demon deal just like John. Sam, the optimist, discovers that he is cursed with demon blood. The boy that wants to be normal never can. Season 2 takes everything great about Season 1 and adds to it, making for a richer, more developed show. We get some incredible character development from our protagonists, world building adds new foes and allies, and it gives us a more focused plot that adds a sense of purpose to Supernatural. If Supernatural Season 2 was a repeat of Season 1, it would risk the show becoming stale. While I love the simple nature of Season 1, plots drive a story, and if Supernatural was going to follow the success of its inaugural season, it needed to grow in its second season, which it does almost perfectly. While I did say that Season 2 is the closest that Supernatural has ever gotten to perfection, this season does have some issues. Despite being a great episode, Croatoan having an entire town disappear without a trace and it never really being relevant again rubbed me the wrong way. Localized disappearances, animal attacks, most of the calamity in the show is on a small scale, which is why it doesn't really rub you the wrong way when someone goes missing or a monster appears. But come on, an entire town gone in a supernatural way and there's not a serious investigation that discovers the paranormal in this world? I mean, Croatoan is fun, and it's a zombie apocalypse-esque episode that really does itch that late 2000s zombie scratch. But for a world that is supposed to be designed like ours, it just feels weird that this entire town disappearing doesn't result in the world discovering about the supernatural. But aside from that side tangent, the main issue of this season is the pacing. The first 10 episodes or so are incredibly plot relevant, but then the show drops the main plot until like episode 21 when Sam is kind of randomly abducted by Azazel. It feels weird and cramped, and it packs so much importance and plot into the final 2 episodes of the season finale. Despite those flaws, I can give Supernatural Season 2 no less than an A. It's not an A+, but it is pretty close.